My name is Surya, and I'm born in Malat West, Mumbai, in the rainy season under a baobab tree behind the Milab Theatre. When my brother died and I saw my mother standing there in front of his dead body and her tears dropped down from her nose and her ears and her knees and her whole body cried, I could not look into her eyes. And I started to pray, and I prayed and prayed, such a lot and with my full heart. And I prayed so strong and so well, and because of my prayers, Shiva came. I recognized him suddenly, because the rain had stopped, and he was sitting there and talking nicely with the people who live inside the big house. In this moment, I decided, all the things I ever do in my life, I will always do with him, because he is so gentle and so smart and so beautiful. Oh, I love him a lot. My skin is very black, and for this my mother gave me the name Surya, even as I am a girl. My little brother Baala is very beautiful. He has golden shimmering hair, but he has a sick leg. This happened by an accident with a rickshaw. I hate rickshaws because they hate us, because we are feet walkers. They fight us, they fight all feet walkers and try to kill them and break their legs. And they are many, many. Shiva brought me and Baala to a flat in the house, opposite the big house where we lived in the back at the western side of the SV road, even if the watchman did not like us. Watchmen I hate too, but they are not as dangerous as the rickshaws. Some of them have a big stick. With this, they pick holes in the air. To stay with Shiva is a pleasure. We are laughing and joking the whole day. He is a wonderful dancer and can do miracles. And sometimes he likes to tease the people. Only one thing with him I don't like. He makes everything and everybody clean. Unfortunately, also me and Baala. And he cleaned all the windows of our house, saying the windows of the house are like the eyes of the women who live inside. Yes, and suddenly all the women started to cry. And after crying, they all had beautiful shimmering eyes, like the windows.
My name is Baala. I'm Surya's big brother. Now I'm 19 years old. I'm a policeman and work in Goa. In Goa, now we have many strong young policemen, quick in the brain like me. Because even if, as we are the smallest country of India, many tourists come to our place for holidays. And this brings sometimes big and special problems. I'm the proud father of 2 kids, Tara and Solomon. My wife Leila is an African lady, and even if she is not the most responsible mother of the world, she is one of the most beautiful creations God ever made. In this time in Malat, I was very small and thin. Now let me tell you as a man what really happened. As maybe you just recognized, Surya sometimes has a bit too much fancy, as all Indian women. One night, and the rain was falling down like a curtain, Shiva kept me and we crossed the SV road. I was very afraid, because to cross a road is like to cross a river, dangerous for the eyes and the ears. So Shiva closed my ears and eyes by his hands, and we reached the house, called the clinic, of a very famous doctor. A lot of people were there, all waiting for this doctor. I felt really bad, and I whispered in Shiva's ear that I had to make a pee. And he whispered back that if I could hold it for 10 minutes, he will show me the beach of Mumbai in the next days. He carried me, passing all the waiting people, up to the first floor, in front of this famous doctor's room. The famous doctor opened the door and came out. And then, I don't remember too well, as I was so busy to keep my pee. They put something on my sick leg, and the doctor spoke some words to Shiva. We lost the clinic. The rain was still falling like a curtain. Shiva covered my eyes and my ears. We crossed the SV road again, and I made my pee. This night, I dreamed of the Mumbai beach. 3 days later, my leg was just becoming fine, and I had started to run and to jump. Shiva ordered a taxi, and very comfortable. He, Surya, and me reached the Zuhu beach. Oh, it's really wonderful to be born in a city at the seaside. We ran along the beach and jumped into the waves. We found wonderful things there. It was the time after the Ganesha festival, and all the Ganeshas had transferred and arrived at our beach. I even found one shell. Many small restaurants are there, where we had nice food. Then Shiva told us that we had to leave, and as he saw us so happy, he offered us to stay, and instructed me to take good care of Surya. So we had a wonderful time there. In the day we played at the beach, and in the night we slept in our secret place under the full moon heaven. But then a bad accident happened. When we played with the kids, Surya and the big boy crashed, and a horrible crack was heard from Surya's right hand and head, and unconscious she fell lying on the ground. Suddenly Shiva appeared to pick us, but I pleased him as long as he agreed that I could stay 2 days longer, alone. And so me, a boy of 16 years, stood with my new friends at the Zuhu beach. It was wonderful. They showed me all important locations, and soon I got introduced in the secrets of love. I was very angry when Siva came at the second day to pick me up by a rickshaw. First, I did not like to go, and second, I hate rickshaws. And so, today I'm very sorry. This time I was a stupid malad boy when we arrived in the Badran-Nagar crossroad, and Siva paid the bill to the rickshaw driver. I made the biggest pea lake the world has ever seen in the backside of the rickshaw and ran quickly away. Behind me, I heard the rickshaw driver crying that now his business was spoiled for always and ever, and he could call the police, and we had to pay him a lot of money, and I had to be arrested. But I did not like to be arrested, so I ran up to the Badran-Nagar crossroad and down, and the rickshaw driver spoke to Siva what I had done, and so I ran again down the Badran-Nagar crossroad in direction to the SV road, to the milkman's shop, the rickshaw always in my back and crying. I tried to cross the SV road, but the traffic was too much, and so I turned back to the tailor's shop, and in my panic I overran the flower lady, who uses to sit at the entrance of the clinic, and now also she was crying, and I ran to the third shop, where two nice boys protected me for a while, but the rickshaw driver did not stop to shout, and so I disappeared through the big gate to the temple, and there they could not enter and making noise. Since this time I was really famous in the BCN road, and everybody knew my name. Then Siva came to the temple. I was very happy to see him, but he did not even care for me. He just made the usual rituals. I wanted to say sorry, but he said it's time for me to get a man, and he wants to see me in the late evening on the other side of the SV road, under the baobab tree, behind the Milap theater, where my sister Surya was born. So I had to cross this dangerous SV road alone, and nobody closed my eyes and my ears. There is a watchman inside the theater who takes care of the lost building, and nobody is allowed to enter the ground. The tree is the background of the theater, and on the wall between the two entrance gates sit all the boy gangs of all ages you can find in your fancy. I entered through the right side gate, and sitting under the tree I waited for Siva, and then the bullshit really started.